All right, good evening, everyone. I call the City Council meeting for Wednesday, October 26, 22 to order. This time we'll have a moment of silence. Certainly the community is thinking of Sergeant Lind and his recovery. Thank you, everyone. Alderwoman Dickman, if you'd lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Alderwoman Dickman. Mr. Krupp, please call the roll tonight.
Dunn.
Here.
Kelly. Here. McGinnis.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Grip.
Here.
Condon. Cornett.
Here.
Dickman.
Here.
Jobson. And Ortez.
Here.
8 present, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. So again, good evening, everyone. As we begin the meeting of the City Council, I want to welcome everybody in attendance and anybody who's watching through any particular electronic device. We respectfully welcome your comments and opinions, but please keep in mind as you share your thoughts, you're sharing them with your fellow Davenporters, anybody throughout the region. We're certainly happy you're participating in your city government, but please ask that your participation reflect the common desire we all share to make Davenport a better place. Again, especially for the folks in here, if you have your cell phone, just please put it on silent or turn it off just so it doesn't get in the way of someone talking. If you want to address the council at the public of business, please come to the podium. The microphone's above you. We'd love to know your name, order, address, and if you're not from here, we'd love to know where you're from. Please keep it to 5 minutes, and please address the council as a body, not particular to any one individual. We'll be respectful of you. Please be respectful of us. Thank you. City Administrator, Ms. Spiegel, anything tonight?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Right, okay. All right, will an alderman move approval of the report of Committee of the Whole for October 19th? Second. All right, motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Very good. We have one appointment. I'm sorry, did I do that? Yeah, I missed the first thing, didn't I? Approval of the City Council meeting for October 12th. Sorry, I missed that. I'm going too fast trying to get the record. Motion has been moved and seconded. Will there have a motion to approve the City Council meeting minutes for October 12th? Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Cool. We have one appointment this evening, Historic Preservation Commission. Michael Hustedy is a new appointment. I'll accept a motion.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. And we have one presentation tonight, and so I'll ask the folks to make their way. We want to recognize our BIC7 Davenport First Responder First Team. Quad City Times BIC7 First Responders Challenge began in 2019 when Premier Buick wanted to build a new event with the BIC7. The Quad City teams are made up of members from fire, EMS, and police department employees. Each team includes 6 members consisting of both male and female personnel with at least 1 male and 1 female on each team. In 2022, there were 8 teams from across the Quad Cities. Davenport team finished first again with a team time of 50 minutes and 15 seconds, beating the Bettendorf team by 2 minutes. Davenport has finished in first place in each of the challenge years, 19, 21, and 22. Of course, we know what went on during 2020, during the COVID time. The 2022 team from Davenport included Cody Jager, Corinne Israel from Davenport Fire, Allie Mayfield, Jason Smith, Andrew Harris, and Grant Killinger from Davenport Police. A special note from the Quad City Times BIC7 Operations Director, we thank all first responders for doing what they do, giving selfishly of themselves day in and day out for our community. We are grateful. So on behalf of Davenport, thank you for making us proud again. Great job. And I'll meet you there, if you're already there, to give you the trophy. maybe council, if you want to, Heather. Council here, because it's so cool. 4th year in a row. Beat the Quad City teams. Great that our first responders are in shape and everybody else around. So, Sergeant Harris. Right. Fire MPD. You guys get in front. Next, Jeff. Tell us where to go. Congratulations. And Jerry, you tell us if you can see everybody here.
I can't see Cornett and Dickman.
If you need us to move or them to move, let us know.
Officer Smith, can you take a step that way? There you go. Perfect. All right, we should be good now. All right, 1, 2, 3. Alderman Lee, can you take a small step this way? There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Good.
All right, thank you. Good job.
We would just like to thank the BICS and their sponsors for this great competition. Your Davenport police officers and your Davenport firefighters love to win, and this is quite an honor to be able to do it 3 times in a row. We're already training for next year. We're trying to find hopefully some younger police officers and firefighters to carry on the tradition. And what the cool thing that we've chosen to do with that award money that we receive is we allow other police officers to sign up for races within our community, and those races, as many of you are well aware of, support nonprofits within our community. So it's just a way to use that money to pay back to our community. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep training and don't give away your secrets. So, all right, next is petition and communications. Anyone? Alderwoman Lee.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to say I was not here last week because I was attending an excellent conference just on the other side of the river for the Quad Cities called the Upper Mississippi River Conference, sponsored by River Action. And it had great speakers, private sector and climate change in the Mississippi River, how the public sector deals with climate change here. It had talks, we had a Pulitzer Prize winner speaker for the evening, Art Cullen, and he's editor of the Storm Lake Times. And so he talked about his experiences with climate change, climate action plans, research. We had a great panel on climate change and media exposure with representatives, journalists from various publications and radio, including Quad City Times. And also, we had a really good panel of some young people and the way they're looking at climate change and their education and their goals and what they'd like to do. So I just want to say it was a great experience. I learned quite a bit, gained a lot of contacts, and I'm very pleased about it. And then the other thing I wanted to say was, boy, while the weather's good, get out and take a walk along the riverfront or in one of our parks. We just walked along the riverfront from Heritage on down to Vets Memorial Park, and it was just a lovely day. There's not much water in the river, a lot of garbage showing up, but a lovely day to be walking on the riverfront. Thanks.
Thank you, Alderwoman Lee. Alderman Grip.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I just wanted to bring something up to Public Works with all of the road construction that we've been doing. There's been some headaches and some feedback from the public regarding communication ahead of construction on road projects, and kind of looking into the complaints I've been receiving about it. It seems like a good percentage of the time, the road construction is actually either a state project or Iowa American is replacing a sewer main or something. So I know we have spent quite a bit of time and money and effort to do the Better Roads Ahead, the alert system, the BRAD and GIA and all of that stuff. But I think maybe some of our progress there is being thwarted by things that aren't necessarily our work. So one question is, when Jersey Ridge Road gets closed, because I think we lose a sewer main there at least once a month, it seems like. That's how I come to work. Could we put up a sign that basically says this was a sewer main break, Iowa American is doing work here, road is expected to be open here in a couple of weeks? It might help our case. And then some cases with the state of Iowa, which we certainly are very welcoming of them fixing Brady Street and Harrison Street and West Kimberly, but it seems that they've been doing some work with without any notice that road construction is coming, and I've been receiving feedback on that. So just wanted to bring that up and appreciate you looking into it.
Thank you, Alderman Gribb. Alderman Kelly.
Just wanted to say that I have to cancel my meeting tomorrow. The school board is working on their survey, so it's going to be a week from tomorrow. So I'll actually be having my meeting November 3rd with the school board as my special guest. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Alderman Kelly. Alderwoman McGinnis.
Just very briefly, Halloween parade is Sunday. Kicks off at 2 p.m. downtown. Hope to see you there. Some of us will be there handing candy to the children or and adults. So hope to see you there. And of course, then trick or treat is Monday night. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? So I'll add on to Halloween parade. Please hand the candy. Don't toss it. Please. All right. Anything else? Very good. All right, we have nothing on the discussion agenda. Is there a motion to approve all items on consent? Motion and a second. Brian, please call the roll for consent.
Ortez? Yes. Dickman?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Condon?
Yes.
Cornett? Yes. Dunn?
Yes.
McGinnis?
Yes.
Grip?
Yes.
And Lee.
Yes.
9 yeses, Your Honor.
Very good, thank you. Next areas, are there any other ordinances, motions, or resolutions? There are none. Next item, is there any public business? Okay, okay.
It's a short meeting. I'll try to not prolong it. I'm Bill Handel. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've also got a home in Fourth Ward in Davenport. And just a couple items to discuss very briefly. And I may have said it before, the LeClaire Mansion, which is on I don't know what street it's on, but it's in sight of the landings for the Viking and other boats. I was kind of, and I may have said this before, but if you drive by there and notice it's a splendid mid-19th century mansion put together by the founder of our city, and I think anybody looking at it would say the city needs to do better, because although it has been repaired and restored in the past, somebody had told me that perhaps the last time was in the mid-'80s. There's a sign outside of it talking about its restoration. The sign is plywood, and the paint is peeling, and if you look closely at the building, it's, a brick and wood building of that vintage takes a lot of work to keep it up. And it was let go at one time, and had been brought back, and it looks like it's on the route to being let go again. I think that would be a shame. And even more so, I think, in the long term is, you look at cities, and again, I've said, Charleston, South Carolina, the preservation of old buildings in Charleston is what brought that somewhat bedraggled at that point, post-Civil War city out of the doldrums. And I think the LeClaire Mansion, if it could be a true major attraction for people that don't have little kids, that don't necessarily want a playground, but they love old buildings, and because it's one of the best. And if you've been there, the site on that hill is just, especially now that we got the new bridge, it's just incredible. And anybody it's an easy thing to imagine the founder of Davenport building that beautiful building, and how he saw how his city would be, and how he chose that location and built with skill and care that great building. And if we've got, if we're spending the money we're spending on ARPA, we definitely shouldn't be letting that go any farther down. In fact, I think we ought to look long term of it becoming a major asset to the city, as I think it can be. And again, very briefly, though, Washington Square, who knows what's going to happen in that land now that the Y is down. It's surrounded by very historic buildings of various vintages, and you look at, just a couple months ago, we went to Paducah, Kentucky, a smaller city than Davenport, but across from their city hall, they have a beautiful park takes about a block. It's just about the same size as Washington Square. Trees have been planted. It was, I think, probably done maybe 50 years ago. Trees have been planted. There's a fountain in the center. It's beautiful. If we did the same thing, the Y wants $1 million for that land. You know, these days, $1 million for a square block, such a prominent location it's a bargain. And rather than fighting to have a mini mart put there, or who knows, or even apartments put there, let's have something that could be there for the next 50, 100, 200 years. That's what civic land does. So it would, and again, in my view, what the city needs to do is not necessarily provide $1 million incentive to this project or this project, but you spend that money on something that's going to generate people to want to come downtown. And there is no Central Park downtown, and I think with its historic nature, I think Washington Square could be that park. And I surely would like to see somebody at the city advocate, even if we just could put that land in some kind of a holding pattern with the Y. You know, we put an option for the next 2 years so that we look at it, you know, more closely. I think that would be a wise thing to do. Anyway, thanks for your attention and time. Night.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Anything else, Ms. Spiegel? All right. I'll accept a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Have a great weekend. Halloween, be safe.